live? No, not yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will be starting in just a few minutes, so please find your seats.
Now, before I say where it begins, please take a moment to silence your phone, watch, or any other electronic device. Please be advised that Boise State University is a smoke-free environment. For your safety and convenience, theater exits are located on the left and right sides of the auditorium. In the event of an emergency, please identify and use the exit closest to your location. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the show.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kelly Cordial, and I'm the Director of Operations at Northwest Lineman College. I have the distinct privilege of serving as tonight's Master of Ceremonies. It's an absolute honor to be here this evening to recognize and celebrate the hard work, dedication, and achievements of the remarkable group of individuals who make up the 2024 Term 3 Electrical Line Worker Program. Tonight, we also want to take a moment to recognize and express our gratitude to the families, friends, and supporters who have been by their side every step of the way. Students, I invite you to stand and join me in giving a round of applause to those who helped get you to this moment. This diverse group of students has faced significant challenges while also achieving extraordinary feats. This term, we've had students from 18 different states representing every corner of the country. This class is made up of veterans, farmers, fathers, friends who came here together, and friends who were made during the program. We have students fresh out of high school, brothers, cousins, and even second-generation linemen. Among them are 2 outstanding female graduates, and together, this class has weathered sunshine, rain, snow, and even temperatures as low as 6 degrees. When this term began, these students set an ambitious goal to make it the best term ever. And they may have just accomplished that. Over this past 15 weeks, they've completed more than 700 hours of community service. They have chopped firewood for those in need, built a float for the local Christmas parade, worked on campus improvement projects, and even installed baseball equipment at a local high school. Their dedication extends far beyond the classroom. As staff, we are always inspired by the transformation that we witness from these students, from the first day at orientation to this moment of celebration. Whether a student is 18 or 44, the growth that we have seen from them in these last 15 weeks is nothing short of remarkable. They will tell you that this journey hasn't been easy, and they would be absolutely right. But it's precisely the struggle and the challenges that they have overcome that make this achievement so rewarding. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce to you our campus president, Mr. Dane Roush.
Thank you. Once again, welcome to the families and friends. Your support contributed to the success of our students. No question about it. Students, would you agree? Yeah. I think we should say thank you. Okay, that'll work. I'd like to thank my staff, Mr. Joey Whalen, in charge of our facilities. Tremendous job taking care of the mud this term. There was a lot of it. Yeah. Also to Ms. Kelly Cordial and her operations team. A phenomenal job behind the scenes, making sure all the details are at the highest level. They did a tremendous job. Thank you, Kelly. And also to Mr. Nick Jones, our Director of Education. He's responsible for these folks in maroon. So, students, what about these instructors? These are these these are professional technical educators, and they really gave them their all to your success. So, thank you. "15 weeks ago, this class came in, and they came in with an objective. Heard it right out of the gate. We are going to be the best class that's ever showed up at NLC, right? Right? Okay. Well, you are a remarkable class, and I will say that you are one of the best classes that has come through NLC. So, what are some of those things that made you so great? Let's see a show of hands. How many showed up to study night? It's hard for me to see. A lot of you. How many of you showed up to night climb? Okay. How many of you participated in community service? How many were involved in safety council? Okay, this is an interesting one. How many of you showed up during Christmas break and weekends on your own to work on the obstacle course? That's why this class is special. They showed up. Now, first choice means that our goal was to make sure that you are immediately productive on a line crew. The skills portion of your training in the field prepared you for that. On a line crew, you'll be immediately productive and successful. So that's going to serve you well. The knowledge phase of your education was geared toward teaching you, obviously, but also to allow you to continue your education as you pursue this career. Through your apprenticeship, it's not going to get any easier. We didn't make it easy in the classroom because it's not going to be easy moving forward. But now you're prepared. You know what to expect. And probably one of the more important ones is the behavior side of the equation. Have we talked about behavior at all since you've been here? A little bit. The behavior, showing up on time, which means early, working hard when you're there, your attitude, being willing to do whatever it takes, staying late to make sure the yard's clean. Those are the things that will serve you well in creating a long and rewarding career. But there's a couple of things I want to remind you of. Your passion. Keep your passion alive for this trade. It takes work. It takes effort. It can be perishable. You have to be intentional. Keep your passion alive. Surround yourself with good people. That will help. When it comes to integrity, we've talked about that a lot. Integrity is doing the right thing even though no one is watching. And we know that people are often watching. Video cameras may be recording. They may see you. Act with integrity at all times. That will serve you well. And finally, excellence. Excellence is a choice that you make every single day. Don't be the guy that says, I can't see it from my house, it's good enough. Don't be that guy. Don't be that person. Excellence takes discipline, it takes effort, and it takes being better sometimes than those who are around you. So those are the things, right? Passion, integrity, excellence that you've learned here. So take those things with you. And do me a favor. If you hear nothing else, lose 2 words from your vocabulary. I know. I know will not be of value to you. It will not help you. No need for it, even if you do know. Okay? Sound like a deal? Okay. So one more thing. I would like to say thank you. You have enriched my life and my staff. Having you on campus has been a pleasure. You've been a tremendous class. You've been engaging. You've been exciting. You've been fun. You've been working hard. You've been putting it in. And you represent Northwest Lineman College at the highest level, and you are first choice. So thank you, from me personally to you, and best of luck.
Before we continue with the ceremony, I'd like to take a moment to honor one of our students who was taken from us far too soon, Hayden Harrison. Hayden was a larger-than-life presence, and his loss has been deeply felt by all of us here at Northwest Lineman College. He was not only a student, but a brother and a friend to his classmates. His spirit, dedication, and passion for the trade will always be remembered, and he will be missed by his family, his friends, and his brothers and sisters in the industry. In honor of his commitment and the impact he made during his time with us, we are presenting Hayden with an honorary certificate of completion. At this time, I would like to invite his family to the stage to accept this certificate on his behalf. Our instructors are a diverse group of professional educators with a combined total of over 340 years of trade-related knowledge and skills. These journeyman linemen collectively bring their experience from all facets of the industry, ranging from electrical contractors, electrical cooperatives, investor-owned utilities, and public utility districts. Here at Northwest Lineman College, we call our training specialists the Maroons. They earn this designation from the maroon instructor shirts that they wear. Join me in acknowledging this impressive group of Idaho instructors. Gentlemen, please stand for a round of applause. Thank you. Our students create and participate in team chants during their time at NLC. It's always a favorite of the family and friends to hear these students perform this for the crowd. Students, will you do the honor of performing your team chants? Now please join me in welcoming the class officers up to the stage to say a few words. We'll start with the Edison class president, Mr. Jack Courier.
How's everybody doing? Tell you what, that chant really takes your breath. I want to start off by thanking you all, family, friends, and mentors, for being here today. Your support has helped to shape who we are today and who we strive to become in the future. I also want to express my gratitude to those here at NLC who made all this possible. The president of NLC, Michael Daniels, our campus president, Dane Rausch, Mark Groves, who never misses a chance to share his vast knowledge, the hardworking and dedicated operations team, our incredible instructors who pass down invaluable industry wisdom, the maintenance crew for keeping our environment safe and clean, and of course, my amazing brothers and sisters here with me today. None of this would have been possible without you, so again, thank you. When we first arrived, we didn't know what to expect. Most of us were strangers, unaware of each other's names or backgrounds. But from the very beginning, I knew this was exactly where we belonged. We quickly realized the depth of knowledge our mentors held, and we were eager to absorb every lesson. As the weeks passed, we grew, not just in skill, but as a team. Different backgrounds, one common goal, to become linemen. For us, this is more than a job, it's a responsibility. A commitment to serving our communities with the highest standards, making the world safer, more reliable, and better connected, one project at a time. When the opportunity arose to elect a class president, I thought back to those first few days. I saw in my classmates the same eagerness I had, to grow and to push forward in our development. I felt this was my chance to step up and help cultivate that growth. I made a promise to my brothers and sisters to uphold the most important rule in our trade, to be your brother's keeper. This means looking out for each other, always having each other's backs, and making sure that at the end of each day, every one of us gets home safe. So Team Edison, thank you for giving me the chance to be your leader. And knowledgeable instructors behind us, we flourished academically and in the field. The hands-on learning experience gave us confidence in ourselves and helped us develop industry skills over the entirety of term. With that, I feel I can speak for most of us in saying we genuinely have a love for the work that we have been preparing for. Now, we've all learned a lot from our instructors, both in the classroom and in the field, but some of the most valuable lessons have come from watching their experiences firsthand. Like how Mr. Edmondson showed us that the louder you yell, the more people tend to listen. Most of the time. And with credit to Mr. Fluke and Mr. Hantz, a deep breath and a hell yeah before a test can really calm the nerves. And of course, we can't forget Mr. Matthews, who's given us some of the best industry knowledge possible. A man of strong opinions, deep knowledge, and most importantly, an undying love for Olive Garden. If you ever want to thank him, just make sure to get him a gift card. He'll really appreciate that. All jokes aside, these instructors have done more than just train us. They've shaped us into the linemen we are becoming. And as we leave here today, we take with us more than just knowledge and skills. We carry responsibility. Responsibility to uphold the highest standards, to have each other's backs, and to be the linemen our communities can rely on. We came here as strangers, but we leave as a brotherhood, ready to face the challenges ahead. Congratulations to my brothers and sisters, we made it. Let's get to work. Thank you.
I'd now like to invite the Tesla class president, Mr. Matias Velasquez, to the stage.
Good afternoon. It's an honor to be up here to speak in front of all the friends and families of these NLC graduates. Thank you to the staff and the instructors for making it a smooth 15 weeks. When I made the decision to come to NLC, it was about 3 weeks prior to being here, which my friends and family would probably say, yeah, that sounds like Matthias. My father-in-law has been working in power for the past 30 years in the power industry. I would say single-handedly, he's the reason why I started down this path. I had low expectations for the school just because I thought it was something I was gonna try and hurry up and finish. But after finishing the program, I almost wish it was another week longer. NLC has superseded all of my expectations when it comes to instructors, students, and the structure of the program. I thought it was especially cool that the school realizes it's a tough industry to get into, so they had set up job fairs, mock interviews, and more. I know plenty of the Tesla guys and some Edison guys got some jobs out of it. When I first decided to run for class president, one of the instructors, Mr. Mallard, had pulled me aside for some words of encouragement. He told me to look up the term machismo and apply it to my campaign speech. For those of you who don't know what machismo it is, it's stand a little taller, be a little broader, speak a little louder. My time at NLC has given me plenty of good memories. One that comes to mind is volunteering for the Meridian Float. Mr. Martin had brought up the term bucket filler. This term will stay with me as I move through life, looking for the next moment to fill my bucket with these meaningful moments. Once again, congratulations to both Tesla and Edison guys as you step into your professional careers. Remember that every challenge is opportunity in disguise. Trust in your abilities, keep curious, and most importantly, stay a lifelong learner. The path may not always be straightforward, but each step you take may bring you closer to your goals. I can't wait to see some of you guys down the line and see the success that you have created for yourselves. I'm proud of all you guys up here today, and I couldn't have been more proud to be a part of 2403. While I've got the spotlight, I wanted to take a second and say a special thanks to my family who showed up today, my dad, my grandparents, my in-laws, and most importantly, my beautiful wife, Taylor, and our son, Titan. He didn't really have a choice to come or not. I can say without a doubt, I don't know how well I would have done up here without everyone's support. Thank you to Northwest Line College for all the memories and good opportunities. Yeah.
Well, it is my honor to introduce Alan Drew, who is a distinguished professional with over 60 years of experience in the power industry. Alan's career began in 1959 with Pacific Gas and Electric, where he worked his way up from apprenticeship lineman to the line supervisor, and while at PG&E, he earned a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. In 1990, Alan moved to Port Angeles, Washington, to become the general superintendent for Clallam County Public Utility District. In 1998, he relocated to Boise, Idaho, where he joined Northwest Lineman College. Over the years, he advanced to the role of Senior Vice President of Research and Development, contributing significantly to lineman training and innovation. Alan's passion for the industry is matched by his love for history. A historian at heart, Alan could often be found walking transmission lines in search of historical facts, many of which are on display at Northwest Lineman College today. And they've been collected by Alan during these expeditions. His deep respect for the profession is reflected in his authorship of the American Lineman book, which honors the evolution and significance of linemen. Alan also wrote Spanning the Strait, further demonstrating his commitment to preserving the history of the industry. Alan is a lifetime member of the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers and was inducted into the International Lineman Hall of Fame in 2008. Following his retirement in 2020, he has continued to contribute to the field as a part-time technical consultant for Northwest Lineman College. Alan and his wife Kathy now reside in St. George, Utah. So please, oh, by the way, he recruited me to NLC 2016. That wasn't in the notes, but it did happen. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Alan Drew to the stage.
I was around 6 when I first started being able to climb. My dad, he got a pair of climbers for me and cut them down, and I had a little wagon that I used for a line truck, had a little wooden derrick on it. I used to actually cut some trees and build some lines, and I'd go up there sometime and the actual line would be down, so I'd go out there and pull it back up. Man, it was just like a kid who wants to become a policeman. I wanted to become a lineman.
Thank you. Well, it is an honor and a privilege to be able to address this great group here today. I want to thank Dane and Kelly and NLC for inviting me to do this. I can tell you right now, there's nothing I'd rather be doing than being right here, hopefully adding something to your graduation and getting you sent off on your career. I've heard so much positive things about this class, and just coming today and watching you in the rodeo and listening to your chants, I can see why this class was one of the best, if not the best, we've had. So that's impressive. It's always great to see the friends and families provide this support to their children and here to watch the skills that they've actually acquired in 15 weeks. It always amazes me to see how far the graduates have come. And what you don't see is the technical knowledge that they've also acquired through a lot of hard study. So very impressive. And graduating from NLC is a significant accomplishment to be proud of. You now have the foundation to get off on a long and successful career. And think of it, your career starts today. That's the theme I'd like to start here. Your career actually starts today. And we'll talk a little bit about the road ahead and what it looks like, and hopefully, I can add maybe a few things that would be valuable to you and something to think about. Hopefully give you some tips for success. And I've been fortunate to interact with a lot of graduates and employers, so I've got a pretty good feel for both the graduate's perspective and the employer's perspective. The power industry, as you know, is absolutely booming now. Estimates are up that they're going to spend $1 trillion in the next 5 years working on the system with a variety of things that need to be done. The system needs hardening against all the fires and hurricanes. We need to decarbonize the grid. Many of you be working on projects where you'll be building transmission lines, bringing the renewable energy into the grid. So there's a lot of work going on. There's lots of job opportunities. And, it's just a good time to get into the trade. And you're entering a trade that's steeped in history and pride, and the value now of the lineman has never been as important to the well-being of our country as it is today. Many of you may not know that the electric power grid has been declared the most significant technical contribution of the 21st century, beating out the internet, the highway system, the computer. it has been proven to be more valuable to the economy and well-being of the country than any other technical advancement. And the grid was built by linemen, line workers, piece by piece over time. Now you're going to take your role and you'll be expanding the grid as well as enhancing it. So, you know, you're going to be entering really some real important work for sure. And linemen are now starting to be recognized pretty well for what they do. You're seeing them getting more recognition. We have April 20th as a lineman, appreciation day. And so you're going to be entering a real impressive trade with a lot of pride and passion. A couple things about getting started I wanted to kind of go into. Number one thing of do not wait too long to get into the trade. Boy, we've got a lot of history that shows you need to get out there just as soon as you can, start building your skills and improving your knowledge. Sitting by, where you're waiting for that perfect job a long time can work against you. So I encourage you to get out into the trade just as soon as you can. And my recommendation is certainly the Quanta Ops units. Quanta is a leading company out there now with all their units, got a huge role to play with the grid. You take Brink, Preps, Patelco, all of them are great companies to work for. So I encourage you to really try to get on with a Quanta operating company if you can. And I know I talked to a few of you today. They're going to work with Brink, and Brink is excellent. So that'll be good. You'll get some unmatched experience with Quanta. And I know you had a good presentation from Quanta here a while back. I encourage you to keep those contacts, keep in contact with Quanta. Hopefully you get on with one of their op units. Got a good friend of mine who graduated, a family friend, graduated from the California campus a couple of years ago. He's now working for a Quanta Ops unit in Wyoming on the Gateway South project, a 500 kV line that goes from Wyoming into Utah. And he was telling me that he'd been doing a lot of helicopter work and he just loves it. So a lot of significant opportunities for you with Quanta for sure. And I noticed there's a great link on NLC's website to all of those operating units where you can learn more about them. So anyway, don't wait too long to get into the trade. And then you have to be relentless in your job search. It always seems to break when you least expect it. So you got to be relentless in your job search. And when you come to a potential employer, you can't learn enough about them. Search a website, find out on Facebook, Instagram, everything you can about that employer, what their problems are, what they're doing, what projects they're working on. It'll help you in the interview. So research your potential employers just as much as you can. And then be well prepared for your interviews. Keep your career planning and strategies book handy. And always first impressions are important. Be neat. Keep your cell phones, no cell phones in on the interviews. But you've got to make your best impression on the interviews. The other thing you don't ever want to do never give the impression that you're cocky, that you know it all, because you don't. We're all still learning, but don't ever get that impression. That I've had feedback that people have been turned off by graduates who've given, that sort of thing. So don't do that. And then I always recommend that you always evaluate all opportunities. And I give you an example of a graduate I worked with when I was here at Idaho, who was a graduate from Colorado. He was actually lived in Grand Junction. He kind of wanted to stay in Colorado.
But he was having trouble, and he called me and he said, hey, Holy Cross Energy, a rural electric cooperative in Glenwood Springs, has a substation helper opening. And he said, God, what do you think? Do you think I should apply for it? And I said, absolutely. That could be a good learning experience, get your foot in the door with a company. And so he applied for it, and he got it as a substation helper. And he liked it, and it wasn't long that he actually became an apprentice substation electrician. Graduated from that apprenticeship, became a journeyman substation technician, but his heart was really wanted to be a lineman. So at the company, he asked if he could enter a lineman apprenticeship. And they thought quite a bit of him. He moved into a lineman apprenticeship, went through that, and became a journeyman lineman. The only graduate I ever knew that completed 2 apprenticeships. And he's now the power system project manager for Holy Cross Energy. So it all started from a job he didn't know, a substation helper, I don't know. So there's all kinds of opportunities and career paths. So always evaluate all those opportunities, because they can lead to a long and successful career in maybe a different career path than you thought. And the other thing I wanted to touch on as we look ahead is what the employers want out of the employees. And I spend, as much time as I can. I live in Utah, but yet I'm connected pretty well with all the power companies there. Rocky Mountain Power, of course, the big one in Salt Lake, and then we have a lot of rural electric cooperatives and public utility districts and actually cities. And whenever I get a chance to speak with them, I do, and if I ever visit line crews, I do. So I get quite a bit of interaction with them. And the first thing I always ask them, do you have any NLC graduates working for you? And most of them say, yeah, we do. And then I always ask them, well, how are they doing? Are they coming out of the school with what you want? What do you want them to look like when you get them? And so I try to gather as much input as I can from them. And so I'm going to pass a little bit of that on to you today. The number one thing they like is a positive attitude. And you've had that gone over with you here, I'm sure. They want somebody that's going to get along well on the crew, fit in well, be positive, not a grouser or a complainer. So they really look for that. They also like the students that do high quality work. Okay, they do really neat work. Their jumpers are neat. All the things you learned here about doing quality work. They like high quality work. And they like a self-starter, one that'll work without being told every time. And then the last thing that's really been popping up, and I'll pass this on, let everybody weigh into it. The one thing that they don't like is they tell me that every now and then they get the graduates and other new hires, and they've got some spare time, and what are they doing? They're playing games on their cell phones or texting on their cell phones. And they even mentioned in their apprenticeship training that a lot of times the apprentices, when they've got some time, here they are, they're on their cell phones, they're playing games or texting, and they don't like that. So I would encourage you to avoid spending excess time on your cell phone. There's always something you can do if you've got some idle time. You can do housekeeping on the truck. You can inspect tools. There's material prefab. There's always something to be do. Don't be out on your cell phone. Safety is obviously a key element of the trade, and you got a lot of safety here. Obviously, it's important, and just a couple of things to mention. You want to learn and follow all the rules and procedures that you learn. Always wear your PPA. Never have to be reminded, hey, get your hard hat on or your gloves. Always wear your PPA.
And then don't be hesitant to speak up to the foreman or one of the linemen if you're asked to do something that you're really not comfortable doing. Don't be afraid. They appreciate that. If you go up and say, hey, I'm not really feel that I'm ready for that. Don't be afraid to do that. And then always be alert for ways to contribute to safety on the crew. And there's lots of things you can do. You can be alert for hazards. You can keep housekeeping, inspect the tools. Always be alert for what you can do to contribute to safety when you're on the crew. And now talk a little bit about some keys for the long and successful career. And it all boils down into one thing, really. Your career can really be significant, but you have to make an unwavering, ongoing commitment to self-improvement, okay? And I like you to follow NLC's three-phase model, where you take knowledge and you're always trying to improve your knowledge and think of what you can learn. There's just endless things with the availability of the internet now that you can broaden your experience and knowledge. So always try to build your knowledge. And then skills is the same way. Practice, practice, practice. Get better at all your skills, whether it's knot tying, rigging, hot sticking, everything. Get better at your skills. And always volunteer to learn new skills. If you get a chance maybe to splice fiber optics, maybe you get a chance to fly drones, maybe you get a chance to do some bare hand work, always take that opportunity if you get a chance to learn a new skill. And then behavior, arguably the most critical thing, always work on your attitude, work on how you get along with your fellow crew members, establish a good relationship with a crew foreman, understand how he likes the job done, work well with the crew foreman, so work on your behavior aspect. But all of those things can help. And I like the slogan for you to adopt, be better today than you were yesterday. And I'll guarantee every one of you out there is better today than you were yesterday after competing in the rodeo. So keep that thought in mind. A couple other things, always take your apprenticeship seriously. I always recommend if you are indentured with a company and start the apprenticeship with that company, try to stay with that company and journey out with that company. Always a good thing. Hopefully you'll be maybe taking some of our training here at NLC with whatever apprenticeship you're in. Volunteer for special assignments, always volunteer for a special assignments, barehanding, splicing. Work all the overtime you can. That's always a good experience. And I always encourage the graduates, if you're not in an apprenticeship where you're keeping track of your hours, keep track of your hours wherever you're working, because ultimately it can help you maybe transition into something if you've got your hours documented pretty well. So I always recommend that. And then one of the other things I always recommend, and I've had several graduates, a lot of graduates don't do it, and I don't blame them, but I've had several graduates come back to me later and say, hey, Alan, I remember you told me to do this. God, I'm really glad I do it. I encourage you to keep a project book, okay? You're going to be going out and working on major projects. I encourage you to keep a book. It's so easy to do with the digital stuff now. Keep a book, record in that book what the project was, what kind of work methods you used, what worked well, did you have any problems, who worked on it with you, maybe some of the fellow workers, have photographs of it, and when you look back down the road and go through your project book, you'll be glad you did it. So keep that in mind, a project book documenting and making a good record of the projects that you work on. And then the last thing on this, I always encourage you to stay in contact with your fellow graduates. Network together. Stay in contact. You'll be able to share stuff. Maybe you're sharing job openings or what's going on. Always a good thing to stay in contact with each other. And then your NLC alumni for life. You're our alumni for life. So stay in touch with us. Let us know when you get promoted, what you're doing. We always love to hear from the students. Love to have you send pictures of what you're doing. You can come and use our facility to practice. If you're wanting to brush up for an interview, you want to practice your climbing or transformers, always come and you can use our facility. Call us with technical questions. These instructors will help you at any time. All of us will. So use us as a research, and then visit the campus when you're in the area. We always like to see the grads coming back. So again, you're our alumni for life, and make sure you stay in touch. At this point, I'd like to acknowledge the instructors and staff here. You can't imagine the work that it takes to put on a graduation at this level and a rodeo at this level. All the work behind the scenes, the planning, the details, it's a ton of it. So I really would like everybody to give the staff here, Dane and his Kelly, and the instructors, let's give them a big hand for making this such a great day. NLC has the best instructors in the country, I can guarantee you that. They go through training. I only wish I could have been just half as good as these guys when I was an instructor. But if you're talking to anybody of your friends about lineman schools coming to NLC, our instructors are the best, for sure. I'm looking forward now to shake each and every one of your hands. I want to wish each of you the best for a long and successful career. And I ask the audience here to imagine, just imagine, where this group of graduates can be in 10 years. Imagine them in 25 years. As I look ahead, I see crew leaders out here. I see line superintendents. I see quanta project managers. I see some solar technicians. I see some wind technicians. I see some energy storage technicians, some drone pilots, and then best of all, what I see out here is some future NLC training specialists. Each of you now are started on the road to a long and successful career. Imagine what the future can hold. Your career starts today, so let's let the journey begin. Thank you.
Please join me in welcoming our Director of Education, Mr. Nick Jones, to the stage.
Northwest Lineman College takes a three-phase approach to education. Our training specialists spend countless hours with students teaching them the knowledge, skill, and behaviors needed to be successful. Each term, Northwest Lineman College recognizes individuals from each class who have distinguished themselves by demonstrating superior levels of performance in academic coursework, competencies, certifications, and overall attitude. At this time, I would like to invite training specialists Jay Matthews, Rick Scott, to please come forward and present the Knowledge Award.
Edison, Tesla, This is my last opportunity to do this, so make it count, okay? Team Tesla, saw dude. Edison, saw dude. All right. Good, so I'm up here to give the Knowledge Award. That's given to one student who has earned the most points associated with academic coursework. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Team Medicine. So when I call your name, please stand up, stay standing, and then I will announce the winner. So here we go. First runner-up, Mr. Taylor Lindsay. Jacob Doty. Jordan Apt. And Daniel Andrus. So, and the award goes to the man that didn't miss a test question all term, Mr. Daniel Andrus. Come on up. Look at that big brain on Daniel. All right, and for Team Tesla, now announce your name, then stand up, then I'll announce the winner. Mr. Dustin Miller. Ethan Nipper. Adam Osborne. And Ryan Rep. And the winner is Mr. Dustin Miller. Come on up. So I do have a message from Mr. Edmondson. He congratulates all of you guys. And unfortunately, he can't be here to yell at you guys today. But he does say congratulations and good luck in your careers. So this time I'm going to invite training specialists Keone Hance and Noah Mallard up to the stage.
The Behavior Award is given to the one student who has the best overall attitude. The student that always is positive and a pleasure to work with. I'll read your names. Please stand up. Stay standing until I read the winner. Jacob Dottie. Connor Ball. Taylor Lindsay. Austin Fink. And the Behavior Award goes to Austin Fink.
The nominees for Team Tesla are Tanner Charisma, Nathan Vleck, Ryan Rep, and Dylan Meyer. The Behavior Award for Team Tesla goes to Ryan Rep. I'd like to invite training specialists Mike Bartholomew and Zach Stanko. Please come forward.
All right, up next is the Skill Award. The Skill Award is given to the one student who has performed the best in field competencies, certifications, and demonstrating solid natural ability. Once again, please stand up for nominees, and then I'll announce the award winner at the end. For Team Medicine, Benjamin Kulo. Jacob Doty. Taylor Lindsay. And Connor Ball. And for Team Edison, the winner is Benjamin Kulo. All right, and the nominees for Team Tesla, Tanner Charisma. Nathan Vleck. Actually, hold on, guys. I'm reading the wrong spot. The good news is both of those guys were nominated again. We got Jerry Kwamada. And Jordan Toohey. And the winner for Skill Award is Jerry Kwamada. All right, and at this time, Jed Martin and Roy Fluke will be coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the prestigious Eagle Award is given to the one student who's demonstrated the strongest balance of knowledge, behavior, and skill. This is the one student that we would all agree has no limits. Now, the nominees for Team Edison are Jacob Doty, Taylor Lindsay, Connor Ball, and Daniel Andrus. And the Eagle Award for Team Edison goes to Jacob Doty. Now, the Eagle Award nominees for Team Tesla are Cooper Jensen, Jordan Tui, Dylan Meyer, and Tanner Charisma. And the Eagle Award for Team Tesla goes to Tanner Charisma.
Congratulations to all of our 2024 Term 3 award recipients. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the graduates to assemble and receive their certificates. You may have noticed our oath of excellence that is signed by our students that are graduating here this evening. The Oath of Excellence is a symbol of dedication and commitment to upholding the core values instilled throughout our electrical line worker program. It's a pledge to keep safety, respect, and lifelong learning at the forefront of their minds throughout their careers. These banners are proudly displayed at every campus at NLC. Edison crews, please assemble to receive your certificates of completion.
They are, well, no, I mean, he is, but nothing formal. You can just go.
Mr. Jack Courier. Mr. Liam Jenkins. Jordan Apt. Joseph Acevedo. David Albee. Cohen Allen. Daniel Andres. Jacob Andrew. Ashton Armstrong. Connor Ball. Matthew Barnt. Owen Bartholomew. Seth Bender. Owen Bishop. Luke Blanchard. Zachary Blodell. Trayton Beckman. Aaron Braddock. Joseph Breda. Colby Brent. Ethan Brown. Mr. Creed Buckner. Ethan Burrow. Nathan Byrne. Donahel Carbajal. Chet Sarda. Dustin Caramona. Mr. Jake Carr. Tyler Castro. Miss Journey Kate. Xavier Chavez. Garrett Chavis. Jacob Chenoweth. Colton Chetwood. Nicholas Christensen. Levi Clements. Dayton Comer. Caleb Cook. Jordan Senor. Evan Colomb. Jeremiah Cooper. Gannon Kucher. Ricky Cruz. Arnold Cunningham. Bo DeLuce. Jack DeLong. Antonia DeLuque. Dylan Dietro. Dylan Devine. Christian Diaz. Jalen Donaldson. Michael Donaldson. Cody Donnelly. Jacob Doty. Christian Duarte. Jackson Dumont. Cash Durand. Sheldon Ellis. Tanner Ellis. Gage Earl. Elijah Esqueda. Tyler Farr. Rez Felix Jr. Mr. Austin Fink. Chance Fisher. Turner Fitzgerald. Javier Flores. Gavin Fox Quintana. Liam Frazier. Kaysen Garner. Aiden Geary. Mr. Jeffrey Gearhart. Wyatt Gary. Dylan Glenn. Manuel Graciano. Blake Gunther. Mr. Brandon Hammond. Owen Harper. Chad Haslock. Aiden Hayes. Spencer Hecht. Caleb Higley. Garrett Hill. Derek Hoffman. Mr. Braden Hoskins. Hayden Howard. Alexander Hubble. Hayes Inabbott. Jace Jenks. Aiden Johnson. Landon Johnson. Kyle Jolliker. Jacob Kappa. Cameron Keller. Colby Ketchum. Carson Coster. Benjamin Kulo. Trent Lands. Dawson Larna. Trapper Ryder Layton. Mr. Taylor Lindsay. Michael Lopez. Franz Loesch. Tesla crews, please assemble to receive your certificates of completion. Mr. Matias Velasquez. Mr. Blake Miller. Robert Maldonado. Ashton Marchington. Brandon Martinez. Christian Martinez. Mr. Tyler Massey. Mr. Maxwell McClintock. Ethan McCune. Carl McFerrin. Aiden McIntosh. Mitchell McKibben. Brody Meekum. Dylan Meyer. Damian Mazza. Carson Miles. Dustin Miller. Marcus Miller. Miss Rayleigh Minikin. Nathan Mior. Mr. Ty Moody. Kylan Moore. Christian Morgan. James Morris. Reese Mosted. Carter Munt. Adam Nelson. Joseph Newell. Mr. Ethan Nipper. Clayton Nixon. Evan Norquist. Grayson Noss. Alexander Olson. Jacob Ortegon. Adam Osborne. Caden Oswald. Dane Pedersen. Hunter Perdue. Gavin Perkins. Dominic Peters. Easton Peters. Mr. Kyle Pfeiffer. Colton Piper. Mr. Travis Pope. Mr. Tanner Charisma. Jerry Quemada. Isaac Quintero. Winter Rubkoviak. Ryan Rep. Jonathan Richardson. Colden Ridge. Bodie Ritchie. Noah Rivera. Chase Rollins. Hunter Rosenbaum. Hector Reese. Caleb Santora. Wyatt Sauter. Tyson Sayers. Branson Sipe. Coldren Sipe. Corey Shear. Tayan Shepard. Dawson Ship. Austin Schutza. Carter Siemens. Kason Severia. Ian Simpson. Marion Sizemore V. Ethan Smith. Dylan Sorgenti Ball. Mr. Justin Spiegel. James Stevens. Lincoln Storm. Johnny Swartzel. Dylan Tabor. Jake Talbert. Jonathan Tandep. Russell Thackeray. Blake Thompson. Kyle Tygeson. Tanner Tobias. River Tomerdley. Ethan Trigalis. Alonzo Trujillo. Arnold Trujillo. Jordan Tui. Kevin Umpervich. Case Utter. Tyson Van Gessel. Cash Vang. Luis Villalobos. Nicholas Villanueva. Mr. Nathan Vleck. Cash Waller. Christopher Watson. Isaac Welch. Colby Westendorf. Isaac Whitney. Brendan Weberg. Ben Williams. Branson Williams. Colin Williams. Cole Wilson. Sam Wilson. Emmett Wolf. David Wood. Cooper Jensen. Joseph Yost. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Brandon Rivera. It is my pleasure to welcome back our campus president, Mr. Dean Roush, for closing remarks.
In closing this graduation ceremony, Northwest Lineman College has met and exceeded our objectives. You are all highly qualified for initial employment. You are ready to complete future training programs to further your career and pursue a long, rewarding career. My team and I are incredibly proud of your accomplishments. Congratulations. We can't wait to see what's next for you. So Northwest Lineman College, by virtue of the authority vested in it by the law and upon recommendation of the college faculty, does hereby confer upon the graduating class of 2024, Term 3, the successful completion of the Electrical Lineworker program with all honors, rights, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Congratulations. And with that, class is dismissed.